Are you serious? Are you serious? Call it prophetic, call it pathetic, call it what you want to. But the German army has made plans for the breakup of the European Union in a war game scenario. What? That's exactly what's happened, folks. Matter of fact, here's what's going on. Reports just today, the German army has they're practicing a war game for the breakup of the European Union in a study of security crisis that could face the country by the year 2040. Military planners in Berlin played out a scenario in which a growing number of countries started to flow out of the European Union, like Britain did in leaving the EU in the Brexit, resulting in an increasingly disorderly world. According to Der Spiegel reporting, the EU enlargement has been largely abandoned. More states have left the bloc. Strategies have been written in a study cited by the magazine of Der Spiegel. Now, the increasingly disorderly, sometimes chaotic and conflictual world has dramatically changed the security policy environment for Germany and Europe. Der Spiegel said the study could inform German alarmist programs in the next several years. Matter of fact, the scenario was one of six potential studies of security challenges that the German generals believe could unfold in the next 23 years. The other five include one in which some Central and East European states enter an Eastern Bloc, presumably a reference to a growing influence of Russia, and maybe even become very close allies to the Russians. This is making the Germans very nervous. Other scenarios envision a European countries embracing state capitalism and a halt to globalization. See, globalization's not going to work. But that is the plan of the New World Order, of the beast that will have the head of the Antichrist and the false prophet. But there are countries now. First of all, the Brexit by the British sent a strong message that the Brits realize that the globalization efforts would only weaken the British Empire. And then the election of Donald Trump was strike two. That was, again, nationalism. The Americans realized that globalization was only weakening America and that we needed to rebuild the strength of our country economically, militarily, and and even with morality, if possible. Turn back to God and country, back to your guns, your glory, your God, and your family, freedom, and the future of this nation. And so there's been a resurgence to go back to the Lord even. We see the Lord reappearing in the White House. Bible studies every week. Pastors laying hands and praying on the president and the Oval Office numerous times. Only a cross is the only symbol inside the White House. No other religious symbols of any other religion is allowed. A total different situation. Now, there is still recognition of other religions, little ceremonies that go on occasionally on certain holidays like Jewish holidays and others. But again, we're turning back to the fact this is a Christian nation and we're recognizing it with a strong, very strong alliance to the nation of Israel. This is a biblical approach that the country realizes we need to embrace. So with all of this going on, the Germans now think to themselves, maybe globalization's going to fail. And maybe we should reevaluate Germany's position. A spokesman for the German Defense Ministry said the study called Strategic Perspective 2040 made a robust prediction, but did not attach those probabilities to the report. You know what? Because they're saying that globalization is going to fail. Well, when I study the Bible, I have to be, unfortunately, I have to say, that there may be an initial collapse of globalization, which I see we're going through right now. a spiritual awakening and a revival of national pride. But ultimately, according to the scriptures, the beast finally wins for a temporary victory over the world and will rule the world for a short period of time. There will be an antichrist, and he will have his sidekick, the false prophet. And the Luciferians will have their say for a little bit, not long, but a little short period of time, only to be completely annihilated by the coming of Jesus Christ. So, we continue to keep a close eye on what's going on, but Germany is already practicing war games as if the European Union has collapsed. That, my friend, is extremely interesting. We'll keep a close eye on it. I want to thank Alan for getting this information to me. As always, does a great job with that. God bless.